All right, ladies and gentlemen and programmers, we're going to do lesson 3, part 2. We're going to continue improving our little crab. All right, so the crabs are running around, bouncing off of walls, turning right and left, and they get tired and hungry. They must nourish themselves to keep doing that. And their favorite food is worms. They want to eat their worms, all right? So we're going to make that happen. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a subclass of animal named worm, and we're going to give it the picture of a worm. Now, whenever you make the worm, all the classes start with a capital letter. So make sure your worm starts with a capital letter. Classes always start with a capital letter. Methods start with the lowercase letters. All right. Let's take a look and see what they're talking about here. All right. So here's what we're talking about. Whenever you make a class, so animal, crab, it has to start with a capital letter. On the other hand, anytime you have a method, do we have any method? Oh, we don't have any methods in there. What am I doing? Let's go into animal. And if you look at a method starts with a lowercase act, turn, move. Now, if it has two words, it's camel case, lowercase, uppercase. Okay. So anyway, so methods start with lowercase letters, classes start with uppercase letters. All right. So let's keep looking here. Add some worms to your world. Also add some crabs and run some scenario. What do you observe? What do the worms do? What happens when a crab meets a worm? So answer those questions the best you can. See if you can do that. All right. So, the way I want you to do this, by the way, is I want you to give it a shot before I show you. And sometimes I'm just not even going to show you. You'll just have to try it, and I'll help you out in class. But try this out before I show you. All right. So if you hit pause on this video and do that right there. All right. Now. If you weren't successful, here's what you're going to do. You right click on this and you're going to say, I'm in a new subclass of animal. Worm, remember we use a capital letter. We're going to give it the picture of a worm and click OK. All right. And then the next thing is, what do you observe? What do the worms do? What happens? All right. So let's hit shift. And when we hit shift, we can add a bunch of work. That's weird. Oh, that's funny. It didn't have the picture at first, and then it did. I haven't seen it do that before. All right, so we're going to put in a bunch of worms. We're going to put in a couple crabs, or just one crab. We're going to run it. What happens? And the answer is nothing. Why does nothing happen? Because we haven't taught it to do anything with the worms, and we haven't shown it how to do anything with the worms. All right. Okay, we want to make the crabs eat the worms. Okay, and so because the crab is a subclass of animal, there's probably some methods that we can find inside of animal that are going to help the crab to eat the worm. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. So right now we're in the source code. So we're looking at the Java code somebody programmed, not us. Yeah, but what we want to do is go to the documentation view, and here are the things we can use: act, at world edge, can see, eat, move, and turn. So we need 2 of these. Which 2 of these things are going to help the crab to eat the worm? Okay, so that's your job. So answer these questions. Now, answer these questions. What 2 methods can we use to help the crab eat the worm? And then your job is to see if you can figure out how to add the code to the crab's act method so that he will eat worms. So let's take a look. Let's jump back over here. So let's see. Okay, here we go. So here's our project. Here's our crab. So your job is to go to the crab's act method. Okay, so you're going to click right here after move, hit enter a couple times. You're going to try to add some code right there. You're going to use an if statement, and you're going to see if you can get the crab to eat the worms. Okay. All right. Now, and if you can't do that, ask me for help. I'm not showing you right here. All right. Quiz day 2. What starts with a lowercase letter and what starts with a capital letter? If you create a new class and want to see what it can do, like what methods are already available to it, where do you look? Show me a project in which the crabs move and turn randomly right and left, and which the crabs eat the worms. All right, that's it. Day 2 is easy. Go on to the next video for part 3.